Don't miss CCGCastle.com, best place for Pokemon trading card game. You can find singles for standard, legacy, or expanded format, sealed products like booster box, teams, team decks. With TCG Center 5 code, you will get 5% discount on your purchase. Check video description or visit CCG Castle. This one is from the France National Championship 2016, top 8 deck. Actually, this was Alexis Peiffer deck that he played. And he actually managed to get third place on that national championship. So basically, a Night March deck list. I would say this is a pretty much standard Night March deck list. So the only maybe card that is not standard is probably that Enhanced Hammer, but I prefer Enhanced Hammer in Night March builds. Definitely for that. Definitely for that. I would say mirror matches because Enhanced Hammer can help you a lot, but also it's good for any other situations. For maybe for maybe those Seismitoad Giratina decks who actually runs two special energy, so you can actually discard them with Enhanced Hammer. Plus, you also have the Xerosic, which can help you to discard, like in theory, 2 special energies per turn, which is amazing. So, 15 Pokemons, 41 training cards, and 4 energies. Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, pretty much standard deck list. I mean, I can go fast through all of the cards, and after that, I can try to play one game with this deck, so you can actually see it in the action. 3 Shaymis instead of the 4. Yeah, I mean, I saw a lot of Night March version in the France, and none of them basically that I saw play 4 copies of Shaymin. So pretty much standard 12 plays, 12 Night Marchers, 3 Acro Bikes, 4 Battle Compressor, which is staple in this deck, 1 Buddy-Buddy Rescue, which is good because you can actually play Ultra Ball, grab. You can actually, if you have Buddy-Buddy Rescue, for example, you can actually play Ultra Ball for 1 Shaymin, throw other in a discard pile, setup, then just pick up another Shaymin with the Buddy-Buddy Rescue, which is definitely an amazing idea, in my opinion. Enhanced Hammer ×1 for Puzzle of Time, staple card. Target Whistle, definitely good for those EX knockouts, so you can actually grab 2 prizes. And basically you can play in theory 3 times Target Whistle because you have 4 Puzzle of Times. Town Map, so you can play with the prizes, switch it up. It's really interesting to say that this deck list does not have Solid Megaphone. Actually, that's the probably reason I would say maybe he didn't finish the first or second. I don't know, but without a Starling Megaphone, actually, you just cannot one-hit knock out those huge EXs with 220 HP like Seismitoad EX with 1 shot, because you need to have like 11 Night Marches in discard pile, so that can be really frustrating. And to be honest, some people actually play some Cassius and they can just shuffle back that Seismitoad, for example, in deck after you waste the turn for a deck. So can be really frustrating, in my opinion. But for example, Giratina and Manectric, they can be one-hit knock it out with 10 Night Marches and Fighting Fury Belt. So 4 copies of Trainers Mail, 4 copies of Ultra Ball, staple, 4 versus Seeker, no need to talk too much about it. 1 AC. I mean, you need to have at least 1 AC if you play Shaymin, that's my opinion. So you can just try to remove it from the play, or just to try to set up again if you don't have another supporter card in your hand. Hex Maniac, definitely good against those Greninja and Crobots. 1 copy of Judge, 2 Lysandres. Interesting that this deck list also play 2 copies of Lysandres instead of the 1. I mean, if you play 4 copies of Battle Compressor, you actually don't need to have 2 Lysandres, but some people prefer to play 2 Lysandres, some people not. But yeah, I mean, in last 30-40 videos that I recorded, I actually started to play only 1 copy of Lysandre. But if that only 1 copy is in the price, I can find myself in trouble. So that's the reason why 2 is always better than 1. 2 Sycamores, 1 Xerosic, and 3-Dimension Wally. So no need for 4, since a lot of people play Night Marches these days, so 3-Dimension Wally pretty much good. But also a lot of people play Trevenant Break, And also for that reason, no need to play 4-dimension volley, but you also have that target Puzzle of Time, so you can easily put it back into your hand if you need. 2 Fighting Fury belts, 1 copy of Float Stone, and 4 double Colorless energy cards. So yeah, before I go to the gameplay, if you're looking for any of these cards, you can find the link in the video description for CCGCastle.com, and if you want to buy any of these cards, you can actually get a 5% discount by typing TCG Center 5 code, so this is definitely worth a check, so definitely check that out. So let's play one game so you guys can actually see Alexis Peiffer, I guess I pronounced it right, French national 3rd place deck in action. It's my turn. I'm going first. Looks like I'm playing against Greninja. Playing against Greninja break is always a tough challenge, I guess. But actually it can be stopped if you play smart with the Pumpkaboos instead of the Joltiks. And also if you have Hex Maniac pretty much each turn, so you can just shut down those Greninja's abilities and prevent your opponent from splashing Water Shuriken and Giant Water Shuriken. So, let's see the opening hand for my opponent. So, he started pretty, pretty good. Sorry for that. Let's go for, I don't know, first Shaymin-EX, definitely. But before I play Shaymin, I have a few more cards that I can actually discard. Trainers Mail for Fighting Fury Belt. This sounds very, I would say, interesting. So let's go with that Shaymin for 3 additional cards. I don't want to play yet that Puzzle of Time. I might hit second, so as you can see, I just found a second one. Let's go with Acro Bike. Acro Bike definitely for DC, I mean, no doubt about that. So 2 copies of puzzles for, I would say, Acro and Trainers Mail. So I'm digging for something like a pedal compressor. No sign of the pedal compressor, but I guess, what can I get? Ultra Ball and another Acro Bike. Another Puzzle of Time needs to be discarded. Maybe not if I can hit Judge, so let's go with the Shaymin. Oh, come on. Another Ultra Ball. Do I want to play one more round with Shaymin? I don't know. It can be definitely risky, but if I have so many Shaymins on the bench, I can just give my opponent such an advantage. With those Giant Water Shurikens, he can just snipe down my Shaymins on the bench. But there is Pedal Compressor, so I can actually go with the Judge for the next turn. And let's just discard some of these Night Marchers, so I can actually increase the attack. I still don't need that. Lysandre and stuff in my discard pile. So there's a Pumpkaboo, and this is going to be a Judge for the 4, so he's down for 1 less card in his hand. And I think I'm just going to pass this turn for now, so I will keep my Acro Bike and Versus Seeker for next turn. I have only 4 Night Marches for now in my deck. I really like this Articuno Delta Plus, especially against those EX decks, so I can find myself in a huge trouble, and there's a Starling Megaphone, so I can say goodbye to some of my cards. And I'm not sure what's the best option to do right now. Luckily he got Tails on that bubble. I'm thinking about maybe going with the Lysandre for that Remoraid on the bench, or maybe just knock out that Froakie. I mean, he can use that Water Shuriken, but I guess he's in danger if he does not have that Octillery in play, so there's a Puzzle of Time I'm going to take. And Night March for the 80, it's enough for the knockout, so I need to be very cautious against those Greninjas. So, if he can find Frogadier, he can use Water Duplicate, he can have 3 Frogadiers in play, but after that the game plan definitely would be to try to find... Yes, there's a Water Duplicate. I need to find another Puzzle or another Fighting Fury Belt and just play Hex Maniac, because next turn that Greninja break and Greninja can came and make a lot of problems to me. So there's another copy of Lysandre, but I'm thinking like I don't need that for now. Let's just go with the Battle Compressor. I don't need Enhanced Hammer, I guess. I can discard one of my Joltiks. Alright. Let's go with Hex Maniac, so I can actually survive that Greninja Water Shuriken attacks. So there's 120. To be able to knock out Greninja Break from one hit, I actually need 8 Night Marches in my discard pile with 1 copy of Fighting Fury Belt. There's energy retrieval, so he only has 1 single energy in his discard pile. And he's charging that Articuno on the bench, and there is the first Greninja with Water Shuriken. Luckily it cannot be used, so I can just next turn try to go with my first Seeker. I can try to knock out that Greninja, or maybe not. Yeah, I think I'm just going to play one more round of the Hex Maniac, so I think this is the best option right now. Just to continue with those Hex Maniacs, and there's a Night March again. So 3 more prizes to go. Oh, it's really hard against non-EX deck. There's a double Colorless, this is good, especially because I have another Pumpkaboo on my bench, so he just promoted that Articuno. And there's a Buddy-Buddy Rescue, so I can grab one of my Night Marches in my hand, so that also reduced the damage for 20. So speaking about 20 damage, I cannot one-hit knock out that Articuno, so this is a second Frogadier, and there's a 1 more energy if he can hit that heads. If I can hit heads, tails on that chilling side, I cannot awake. Luckily there's a Trainers Mail, so I'm looking for Puzzle of Time is the card I actually need, to be honest. So I can play 2 copies of Puzzles. I guess I can grab Hex and Ultra Ball. Why Hex and Ultra Ball? Ultra Ball just because I can discard 2 of my Night Marchers in order to grab another Night Marcher. Hex Maniac for the next turn, AZ is now, so I can just remove Pumpkaboo from play, promote another one, bench down just 1 more, and right now I can just knock out my opponent with my Night March, so I need to take 2 more prizes. So 2 more prizes to go. There is Acro Bike, and the first Greninja just came into play with the Water Shuriken. If he hits that Greninja break, oh no, there's a Bursting Balloon and Water Energy, so at least he can hit me for Water Shuriken for 30, and actually he can knock me out with the Mist Slash. Okay, so this is dangerous, but again I still need to grab only 2 more prizes, so all I really need is Battle Compressor. I'm looking for double Colorless energy, so I'm going to discard those 9 Marchers. I also need to hit... No, I think that the right time is now to play Professor Sycamore. So I need that Town Map. I need to see where's my double Colorless energy actually. Yeah, I guess I need to attach that energy and play Buddy-Buddy Rescue, so I can actually have 1 more Pokemon on my bench, so I need 1 more Pumpkaboo, so I can play it. I can even survive with that Fighting Fury Belt, so there's a Night March for 170. I survived because it took 6 damage back. And I'm just grabbing that DC for the next turn, just in case he is able to knock out my Pumpkaboo, so I can actually have 2 more. But if he can replace that stadium, then I can find myself in trouble. But again, I can just bench down my Joltik, but I can't retreat. And he's retreating down to his Articuno, and it's my turn, so I actually managed to win this. Yeah, it was pretty interesting match to watch. I hope you guys enjoy watching it. So once again, you saw that 3rd place National Championship France for 2016 deck in action. Don't forget to hit that like button if you like this video, or hit that dislike button if you don't like it. And of course, if you already didn't subscribe, please subscribe to my channel for more future videos. So once again, this was the full Night March deck list and gameplay. It was really interesting to play with it. Actually, it works pretty good. That Buddy-Buddy Rescue do the job. Also, that Enhanced Hammer and Xerosic can do a lot of problems to your opponent. Pokemon that runs those special energy cards. But yeah, pretty much I enjoy watching and playing this. So, don't forget to subscribe for more future videos. If you have any questions, don't forget to leave comments below. Let me know what you think about deck list. And till the next time, have a nice day. See you in the next video, and goodbye.